3p Ginger, Stousher, and Wingy, for some participation in the row amongst the aforementioned ladies. Wingy, by the way, is a ratty little one-armed man, whose case is usually described in the headline as "a armless case" by one of our great Dalys. And their pals are waiting outside in the vestibule: Frowsy Kate, the Red Streak, Boko Bill, Pincher and his piece, etc., getting together the stuff for the possible fines, and the 10-bob fee for the lawyer, in one case, and ready to swear to anything if called upon. And I myself, though I have not yet entered Red Rock Lane society, on bail, on a charge of plain drunk. It was drunken disorderly, by the way, but a kindly sergeant changed it to plain drunk, though I always thought my drunk was ornamental. Yet I am not ashamed, and only comfortably dulled and a little tired, dully interested and observant, and hopeful for the sunlight presently. We low persons get too great a contempt for things to feel much ashamed at any time. And this very contempt keeps many of us from reforming. We hear too many lies sworn that we know to be lies, and see too many unjust and brutal things done that we know to be brutal and unjust. But let us go back a bit, and suppose we are still waiting for the magistrate, and think of last night. "Silence!" But from no human voice this time. The whispering, shuffling, and clicking of the court typewriter ceases. The scene darkens, and the court is blotted out as a scene is blotted out from the sight of a man who has thrown himself into a mesmeric trance. And drink, lurid recollection of being searched, clang of iron cell door, and I grope for and crawl on to the slanting plank. Period of oblivion, or the soul is away in some other world. Clang of cell door again, and the soul returns in a hurry to take heed of another soul, belonging to a belated drunk on the plank by my side. Other soul says, "Got a match?" So we're not in hell yet. We fumble and light up. They leave us our pipes, tobacco, and matches. Presently one knocks with his pipe on the iron trap of the door and asks for water, which is brought in a tin pint pot. Then follow intervals of smoking, incoherent mutterings that pass for conversation, borrowings of matches, knockings with a pannikin on the cell door wicket or trap for more water, matches and bail, false and fitful starts into slumber, perhaps, or wild attempts at flight on the part of our souls into that other world that the sober and sane know nothing of. And gradually, suddenly it seems, reason, if this world is reasonable, comes back. "What's your trouble?" "Don't know. Bomb outrage, perhaps." "Drunk?" "Yes." "What's yours?" "Same boat." But presently he is plainly uneasy, and I am getting that way too, to tell the truth, and after moving about, and walking up and down in the narrow space as well as we can, he rings up another policeman, who happens to be the fat one who is to be in charge all night. "What's up here?" "What have I been up to?" "Killing a Chinaman. Go to sleep." Policeman peers in at me inquiringly, but I forbear to ask questions. Blankets are thrown in by a friend of mine in the force, though we are not entitled to them until we are bailed or removed to the paddock, the big drunk's dormitory and dining cell at the Central, and we proceed to make ourselves comfortable. My mate wonders whether he asked them to send to his wife to get bail, and hopes he didn't. They have left our wicket open, seeing, or rather hearing, that we are quiet, but they have seemingly left some other wickets open also, for from a neighbouring cell comes the voice of Mrs. Johnson, holding forth. The locomotive has apparently just been run into the cleaning sheds, and her fires have not had time to cool.